Hello. Hi. Thank you. We're here to sneak peek at your music.
Yes.
Is this how you live these days?
Yeah, it's how I live. In a shitty hotel room. Actually, pretty much is how I live these days.
Do you listen to music when you're on tour?
No, I don't.
No?
No, I tend to drink a lot and abuse people.
Oh!
No, I do have my favourite CDs. I don't have time to listen to them though.
What about this one? Mos Def?
Yeah, Mos Def. It's my favourite tour record though when I'm on tour, you know. I like listening to this a lot.
I'm trapped in between the lines. I escaped when I finished. My pop said he was in love when he made me. Thought about it for a second, wasn't hard to see.
I really love hip hop, you know. If I feel in a certain way, like if I feel a bit fragile, I need to get my fucking game face on. I put on hip hop because hip hop, especially I love Mos Def, but Mos Def is so romantic and so like nice. It makes me kind of feel really like, you know, it makes me want to just sigh and be like, you know what I mean? But when I listen to something like Nas or Busta Rhymes and Nas makes me kind of like get my game face ready. Do you know what I mean? Jazz is kind of like my secret. It's kind of my secret music. You know what I mean? Like jazz is probably like my heroin or something. It's like my secret poison. Do you know what I mean? I listen to jazz by myself like that. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Everyone else is listening to, you know, my boyfriend will be in the house, he'll listen to a lot of blues. If I put on jazz, he's kind of like, this is good, but he's not really like, he's a bit bored. For me, I'll sit there, I'll be like that, oh my God.
So when do you listen to this one?
When you do a gig, you have a lot of adrenaline, like you have a lot of, you're really built up. And when you come off stage, my boy Zalon, me and him are always like, really sad because the adrenaline from doing a gig means that when you come off, you're like this. Like, you're like, all right? I'm fine, you all right? Like, you're really sad when you come off stage because you go up there, you're so geared up, and then when you come off, you're like, do you want a drink? Yeah, me too, all right? Like, it's so, like, miserable. Tour, when you go on tour, it's kind of like that. When you come off tour, you're kind of like that, but about 100 times worse because you go on tour, it's like a prolonged thing, you know? Like, when you come off stage, you're not miserable because you're like, that was good, let's get drunk because tomorrow we've got another show. When you come off tour, you're kind of like you just want to curl up in a ball and never talk to anyone again. But when I was going out with Tyler, we came off tour and we'd go to bed and we'd curl up and be like, lying in bed like really miserable. And he'd go to me, what, put on that jazz CD. And I'd be like, what? Because he's such an R&B boy. He'd be like, put on that jazz CD, the African boy. And I'd be like, Soweto? He'd be like, Soweto, yeah, put that on. I'd be like, okay. And I put it on and then he'd be like, the minute I put it on, he'd be like, like that. He'd be like happily asleep.
And if you can't be with the one that you love, why don't you love the one you with? Why don't you love the one you with?
What about this then? Aretha live at Fillmore West.
I mean, I love Aretha. Out of all of these records, probably Aretha's the one that I've come to most recently.
Your music or it has something from Aretha and your singing and everything.
I learnt to sing from listening to singers. So I try not to listen to Aretha Franklin too much because I find myself trying to do stuff she does. Like, Aretha's style is so her that if you try and go for something, you don't quite get there. It's like, Amy, why are you trying to be Aretha Franklin? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what are you trying to do?
I don't want nobody.
This reminds me of being in my house, making breakfast for my boyfriend, cleaning the house while he kind of sits there and plays guitar along to this. And I just kind of go, baby, lift up your feet, and I hoover the floor under him. You know, if I was on a desert island and I had no other records to listen to and I had them, I'd die a happy woman, definitely.